Good morning. I made it to day 11. Oh man, um, it's cold and I have really tired eyes. It might show this morning. I I think I've told you all I decided to try wearing contact lenses, and yesterday was day two, and I think it will be day done. Day, yeah, I don't think they're for me. They made me exhausted, headachy, all the things. And I think I'll just deal with, what most of us at this stage of life deal with, which is just keeping readers handy. And that's okay. They're easy and they won't hurt me. So it's going to be a beautiful sunrise today. It already is. I have to get some gloves that actually work with the digital devices. But we've got all the beautiful colors, light blue, the mango and orange. It's a beautiful, beautiful morning. This morning, I continued reading in the book of Exodus, and they're in the wilderness now, and they're getting, tired of eating the same thing. He provides food. They're provided with food by God, manna. I think most of us have heard about that, just enough for every day. And then he has them leave the wilderness, and then they, on their journey, they are running out of water, and that's hard. They start grumbling and complaining. Can't blame them. Like, we need water to survive. And what that had me thinking of was just like this tension that we live in as humans, that we don't fully understand or appreciate very much. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. That's the divided mind. Like, we literally, do you feel like you're a split personality? Even Paul talks about this in the New Testament. Like, why do I do the very things I do not want to do? Like, doesn't every human, like, we get ourselves in these predicaments, and with habits and choices we make, relationships, um, and with our flesh literally needs to be fed, and are given taste buds so that we can really enjoy the food. And also, probably from a biological standpoint, we need to know when something is not good for us, so we need to be able to detect that with our taste buds. There's like a scientific and biological reason for all of these things, and we need to be able to survive. So we need desire. We need, to want to procreate. We need to want to feed ourselves. These are all desires, and they keep us moving forward. They get us up out of bed every day and keep us from becoming one with our, just laying around going, oh. So there's a biology. There's actually a great book out there if you like heavy reads, if you don't mind a big, heavy scientific read, called The Biology of Desire. But yet we have this higher self that, this conscious, sentient part that really is even more forward thinking and even reflects backwards, tries to look at the whole picture, figure out the meaning of life, and knows that some of the things that our flesh wants us to do are not really good for us long term. And that battle within the divided mind. Oh man. Even me being here this morning, and part of me even doing this challenge for myself, is because my flesh would rather be sitting in my recliner with my hot cup of coffee, reading the Bible a little bit longer, by the cozy fire. Um, and this is, where my flesh, this is a personal struggle of mine, just being real with y'all, is I have a hard time wanting to shift gears and move from, doing something to maybe exercising or being out here. Once I'm there, I love it. I'm like so glad that I did this. But without that extra accountability or that whatever, I, some people are too hard on themselves. I'm the opposite. I'm too easy on myself. I'm like, girl, it's okay. You got tomorrow. Procrastinate. Always think I have more time. And what I'm starting to realize, the gift of midlife is like, oh, wait a minute. This road's going to end someday. And then my higher brain woke up and said, wait a minute, what are you doing? What are you doing? So this works on a big picture level. It works in the moment to moment. Like, do you want the fifth chocolate chip cookie? Was one enough? And your flesh is going, no, I think we need 5 more, right? And sometimes abstinence is easier. Like, that is the choice I've made with alcohol, because the substance of alcohol is addictive by its very nature. You can't control it. So why I've decided, well, I've given myself a lot more time back by just choosing to not have it. Just like that decision is just made. And I can't tell you what a big shift in my life that's made. And I had no intention of that in the beginning of my journey. I was just curious enough to see where, if I went down that path for a time that a lot of people were recommending that I was kind of following, that had the lifestyle that I wanted. I was just curious enough to like I didn't want that regret on my deathbed. So I said, let's go for it and see. And that's what I'm doing right now with this. This is kind of a journey of curiosity. Like, what could happen, Felicia, with your life? What could change in a year if you got up and got moving a little bit earlier in the day? You love morning times. Like, let's really move in and make that time of your day a little bit more productive and work for yourself and just get rid of that divided mind. Decision made. Up and out the door for sunrise, and share it with people. And so that so even on the mornings now when I have a divided mind, because I've made a commitment, I've made a pre-decision, I'm prepared, and I'm doing it anyway. And so where could you start today? Oh, it's going to be beautiful. It is. Look at those colors, y'all. And there's ducks that are still out there. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And in the alcohol-free world, we often say, and my coach, Jen Couch, says, I never, ever wake up in the morning and regret not drinking. And I think that I'm going to every day have the same attitude towards the sunrise. I'm never going to get to the end of my day, or even, after my morning when I'm out here, I'm never going to say, boy, I really regret getting up and seeing the sunrise. Um, so what could that be for you? We're all individuals and we're all on our own journeys. But because we're all human, we have a lot of the same overall conceptual things that we struggle with. Divided mind is one of them. But what could you align today? What could you or begin to align today? Because I tell you, living more aligned and with more integrity is one of my keywords in my Own It program. It's the I in Own It, like living in integrity. priceless, priceless, priceless. And I don't think I'll ever achieve perfection in that on this side of heaven, but I know that I'm going to do my best. And that's all I can do. And that will, I know, whether my time on earth ends tomorrow or 50 years from now, God willing, or sometime in between, that on my deathbed, I will have that peace that alignment and integrity bring. It's a good thing. All right. I think that's all I've got to share for today. And I'll leave you with the sun has not quite risen yet, but I'm going to take a few photos, post those in different places. My eyes are a little bit awake now. All right. Bye. Go have a great day. If I can hit the finish button.